Hello everybody, I'm just doing a quick video of my former high school, Victoria High School. Yes, this is the same high school where a scary movie was shot. That's always been one of my favorite comedies, and so many memories. But I'm just going to go around and pardon me, I'm just filming my former high school. So I'm going to go around and give you a grand tour. Unfortunately, I can't go inside due to the renovation. It's really unfortunate because I would have loved to be able to walk through the school one last time, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Granted, this building is very old and it does need renovation, so I can understand why, so. And I graduated from here 20 years ago. It was June 2002. And as I come through here, the memories are just flowing through me, just a mile a minute. So I'm going to take you all the way around. Start from the left side. Then I'm going to go around the area. Unfortunately, I cannot walk through this. But this is where the Victoria High Field used to be. I remember these to have three buildings. One of them had a slant on it, but they tore it down. I think it was just because it was old. I know that's where they had a lot of the trade works there. It's where I took an auto body class in there. Pardon me, my fingers in the way. But yeah, this was Memorial Field. This is where this field was dedicated to our brave men and our brave soldiers who gave their lives for our freedoms that we do enjoy today from World War. Well, they had a memorial for World War I and World War II, but didn't really have much for the Korean War, which we were part of from 50 to 1953. So I think my English classes are up there. My biology, science. They offered law, and I took that one because it sounded good. I took electives, but I also took courses that sounded good. I took a lot of necessity programs. But I must admit, when I first started in Victoria High back in the fall of 2000, I was going through a very dark period in my life. So there's definitely a lot of uncertainty. It was the fear of the unknown, not knowing what was going to happen going into it. And yeah, it was a little surreal knowing that, oh my God, I'm going into high school now, And the fear of failure, the fear of letting people down around you played on my mind, and in a place like Victoria where there's a lot of classism, there's a lot of elitism, and I guess you can say perfectionism, because that's one of the biggest issues I had with Victoria. Yeah, status, it was just, and I did have a lot of it in middle school. I mean, I was an athlete, but unfortunately, well, I had bad news. I mean, my sports career ended after I had a neck injury. I could have still played, but I didn't want to risk further damage to myself, and that was really hard for me. That was, and as I mentioned earlier, there was, very dark. There was a dark period in my family life overall. A lot of things, everything that could go wrong did, but it was so weird. In grade 11, I made the honor roll for the very first time. Even though I feel like I didn't deserve it, I can understand why they gave it to me because of everything that was going on in my personal life, and I couldn't thank them enough for it. So, oh man, so many good times, so many fun times. I mean, it's a mixed bag. I'd say the first half of grade 11 wasn't a great time, but I say the second half of grade 11 and all the way up to grade 12, those are times, that's a feeling I'll never forget. I don't think I'll ever laugh as hard. I don't think I'll ever feel what I felt back then. That high school feeling. And I gotta say, anyone that grew up from being a teenager in the late 90s to early 2000s, I mean, that may have been the best time to be a teen, I think. Easily. So many things happened. Just everything. Great music, movies, just everything. It was a
feeling that really cannot be matched, I think. No social media, no Facebook, no Twitter, none of that. It was just us interacting with each other. That's a time I'll never forget. Now they're renovating this field, probably putting new turf in there. Like I said, there was a building there that was torn down. Now, if you watch Scary Movie 2000, it's in there. The building is in there, and the field is there, and that park is there. Oh, looks like they're taking that down too. But hey, I get it. It's a very old building, and it does need an overhaul. Granted, along here is when sometimes me and our friends will come out here, the odd smoke break and such. That cherry tree is where the smoke pit was located. So, and yeah, those bleachers were, you had a mixture. Sometimes the not so cool kids and cool kids would go there. Sometimes I would have lunch in the cafeterias and then come out there and just hang out with friends behind the school, which we'll get to later. I really like the new auto body class they have set up behind the school. So I think they used to have it in that old white building that I just mentioned. But ironically enough, I'm going into auto body soon. I'm taking a course finally. Public access slide in. So really unfortunate. I really wish that I'll be able to walk through the school, but I'm not able to do so. When I visit BC again after I move, I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely, show you. That way you can have a better look at this school before because like I said, I'm definitely going to visit British Columbia, BC, these times, even though I'm leaving. So I'm just going to go around here. I don't want to cut through anyone's lawn. But yeah, see this area down here, sometimes me and my friends would walk up and down a lot of these streets and lanes, just all that nostalgia, all these memories are just coming back to me in droves. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact because, yeah, I am leaving soon. Now, I remember this is where they had a gardening class. I don't know if it's still here. I'll have to talk to somebody. And, I only took it as a necessity. It did help a lot. I learned how to manage and take care of fruits and vegetables and plantation and such. So, just wish I paid more attention to it. Wish I had a better grade. I wish I valued. I mean, I was hit and miss during courses. However, if you had a math problem, ask somebody else, because I wouldn't be able to solve it for you. And I could do other courses. I mean, English class, I was relatively good at. The only issue with English is it was long, and it was just a lot to remember. And the funny part about it was, I could do the overly complex, writing assignments. I was good at. Doing the reading assignments I was good at. However, the problem was I underestimated a lot of the smaller tasks, the smaller assignments. And I had average grades. I only came through, and not just English, but my best grades, my best performances is when it really counted. And, and a lot of my teachers were critical of that, and they even said that. And that carried over big time, This is the park that we used to go to sometimes. We'd sit here, long day's work. Pardon me, sorry. But after a long day of school, we just come here, just give ourselves time to relax and get ready to do homework. Alright, I'm here approaching the rear. Like again, I would much rather do a shorter, smaller tour, but due to the fact that it's all fenced off, I have to go around. So unfortunate. Ah yes, Fernwood Park, skate park. Sometimes I go down there to skateboard. Well, I didn't skateboard for a while after my injury, but I continued on once I was medically cleared. Pardon me, those guys don't want to be filmed. But that's Fernwood Community Center and Daycare. But here's the rear of Victoria High School. Get a better shot of it. Oh boy, as kids and teenagers and young adults, sometimes we'd climb up on top of those roofs, and it was a beautiful sight, you know. And we would be overlooking the entire city of Victoria. It was really, really neat. Something we really shouldn't have been doing, but hey, we were young and dumb. We were all young and dumb, and we all did things we shouldn't have back then. Oh yes, don't forget, those benches, many makeout sessions were on those benches, folks. Sometimes we'd bring stuff and have a few drinks on there, smoke some of the good stuff on there. That's putting it mildly. So, this is where the out-of-body section is. This is where one of the halls are. Man, I really wish I could go inside. It'd be so much nice. Another thing too, I'd like to be able to, it's unfortunate, is I wouldn't be able to show you some of the architecture, some of the old monuments that they had in the upper floors stored away. They had some props from Scary Movie in there too, which is really, really cool. Shame I can't go in and show you all that. They probably have them put away somewhere. One thing I don't miss about Big High though, those darn stairs. I hated those stairs. They have an elevator system. They installed it a few years after I graduated. Why couldn't they do that before? Those stairs caused so many injuries, so many accidents. So many people got hurt in there. I fell up and down those stairs a few times. Funny story. Keep in mind, I'm recovering from a head injury. So what I did was I tripped. So to save myself from falling on my head, I curled my ankle, I hit my shins, and I smacked my knee really, really hard against the stair, and it really, really hurt. I thought I broke my leg for a second, but thankfully that wasn't the case. Thankfully I'm okay, so I was okay from that. So I didn't want it to land on my head, obviously, so. Funny story about those damn stairs. Sometimes we would walk all the way out of there, and we would, oh yeah, we used to play baseball on that field over there too. We played various sports, and PE was my favorite subject in Vikai. I always saved it for last. Another interesting fact about myself, I did all the difficult courses first, and I saved all my easy ones for last. That's why I always had good grades during my second half. It made my life so much easier. So, all right. This place was very run down and old before, back in the 90s and early 2000s. But thankfully they did a complete overhaul of it. This is where a lot of us kids would come down, get a snack, go to one of the many restaurants down here, just sit and chill, hang out. I say they've done a really good job improving this place since I left 20 years ago. And granted, Fernwood was not exactly a safe place. There was a lot of crime here, a lot of criminal activity. This place was notorious for that for a while, but it's gotten so much better. And I can be thankful for the people here for helping improve. Oh yeah, this is where the made-for-TV J.K. Rowling movie was shot. It was shot down here.
One thing about British Columbia, it has a lot of British architecture. Keyword British Columbia, you know. So,
eh, you know, a lot of people who come from, you know, the UK, you know, they feel right at home here.
and it's understandable, you know. Probably don't want to talk to him.
Tennis court, yeah, sometimes we play basketball, you know, on this, during lunch break. When they had the nets up. Sometimes our friends come out here in the summertime and play tennis. We play hockey on here. It's a Canadian thing to do. I just miss that unity we all had. I miss that, I miss the little things, you know. Just us coming together, talking about issues, talking about what's going on, talking about sports and film and events. I mean, it all comes back to me. Talking about each other's problems, you know, whether it was relationships or issues you have with somebody, or just, these are the things I miss the most. The varieties of people, you know. There's one thing about Vikai, there was somebody for everybody, you know. I mean, you had different groups of people that, you know, I mean, I felt like I got along with most, but hey. It was so weird. I remember I had a long-standing beef with a bunch of people, but amazing thing happened. In grade 12, we squashed it. And moved forward. And it was just... I remember, like, I had a lot of fun, especially in the second half of grade 11 and all through grade 12, but yeah, there was a lot of concern. There was a lot of worry. There was... I remember, like, literally freaking out before the end of grade 12. And after I was done, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? It's here now. Adulthood is here. Adult life is here, you know, and real life is now upon me. And, I mean, I overestimated a lot of the challenges, but I feel like I've done okay with myself. But yeah, I find myself wanting more. I also want to take the time to acknowledge a lot of some of my classmates who are, this is hard for me to talk about, but a few people I've known, people I've grown up with, a lot of them have passed away since then. And I know a lot of you probably have known people that have passed away. Watching this video, probably know what I'm talking about. And just, you know, you wish they were here, you know. I miss them all, you know. Well, I'll definitely come back here for a better look once this is completed. When I visit BC again, I don't know when that'll be. It's unfortunate that they have to do all this construction, but I wanted to show you before I do leave the province. Alright guys, it's my former high school. Hope you like what you saw. And, well, I'm gonna spend some alone time before I go, like I always do. Just tell them that's all I got. Take care. Please share some of your old high school memories with me if you can. Alright? Good night, everyone. Peace out.